It's the National Football League on EA Sports.
And there's no love lost between these AFC South foes. It's the Indianapolis Colts and the Tennessee Titans. And it kicks off next on Madden NFL 25.
From the capital of Tennessee and of country music, for any of you fans out there, welcome to Nashville. We're at Nissan Stadium. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Joey Sly is going to have the honor of getting us started. And away we go from Nashville. This return starts at the 5. He stopped on the return at the 27. So out come the Colts for their first offensive possession. Bringing them out to 4th overall pick in 2023 out of Florida, a super athlete at quarterback, Anthony Richardson.
I don't think it's hyperbole to say that when Anthony Richardson came out of the draft out of Florida, he was the greatest all-around athlete we'd ever seen at quarterback. 240 pounds, running 4.4, jumping 40 inches. He was the envy of defensive ends and linebackers that couldn't put up those numbers. Now, it's taken all those athletic traits and squeezing them into the quarterback position, maximizing all that physical talent to become the superstar he can be.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. He's got his man, that's Alec Pierce. Give him 13 on that play. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
Kate, when you watch the combine, you'll watch guys try to make this throw. And without chemistry, it's so hard to execute. That was picture perfect. That's a QB and receiver on the same page, because that route, that deep out to the field, that takes just a different level of connectedness.
Here's the first carry for fought off a tackle, but he lost the football! And this is going to stay with the offense as he makes the recovery. Solid 4-yard gain there, and now they've got 2nd and 6 coming up. Well, you don't like to see the fumble, but hey, at least they were able to be the ones to recover it, and they keep possession.
Yeah, and I think the key there was to stay calm through the chaos. Cooler heads prevailed and got him the ball back.
He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. First time this game they've looked to him. And that takes them to 3rd down.
There's the importance of staying in phase as a defender. He was all over him in coverage, and that really did help force the incompletion.
Richardson on 3rd. Throw complete to Warren. And that tackle stops him after a solid gain.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
4th down, and on comes the punt team, and the kick's away. And this is the punt you want every time. He bounces out of bounds and sticks them inside their own 10. So here come the Titans now to get their first drive of the game. Leading them out, someone in his first NFL season, their rookie starter from Miami.
As you're running onto the field with this kind of field position as a quarterback, you're reminded yourself and your huddle, hey, let's be disciplined. Got to be on the details here. Got to take care of the football. And you also encourage them and let them know that script you've been working on all week, well, there's a lot of field and there's a lot of plays ahead of them to go and put a score on the board.
So after the incompletion, here comes the 2nd down call. Looking to the air here. He finds Chigakonkwo for the grab. And this one gets up to the 14-yard line before he's stopped.
He's just one of those guys, Kate. Even when he's not open, he's still a target thanks to that physicality and his ability to just play bully ball. They don't like forcing into coverage, but sometimes when you got a bully like him that can create space, you just find a way to get him the ball.
Third down from the gun. Can't find anyone open, and he's forced to throw it away.
Well, that's one you chalk up to the pressure earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Now on fourth down, one of the greats, Johnny Hecker, out to punt this away. And they take him down, but there's a flag on the play. A fortunate break for them as they get a gift with roughing the kicker. Their offense heading back out to keep things going. This drive should have been over, partner, but running into the punter gives him new life and this first down. He's going to throw this one into the hands of Okonkwo. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37.
That is the epitome of staying on schedule. That kind of completion right there on first down. Well, it opens up the entirety of the playbook for second down. In the third and short in your back pocket, you can get even more aggressive and take that shot.
The first carry here for Tony Pollard. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. Pickup of 2 here. And the Titans will have a first down.
Hey, Kate, you want to see a picture in the football dictionary of staying on schedule? That was it.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Throwing now from the gun. Pass taken in by Lockett.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion, so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Trying the inside handoff to Pollard. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Kate, it's amazing how fast these guys are on the field and how fast your fortunes can turn. 2nd and short run, you're feeling good about yourself. But with a negative play, well, now comes a critical 3rd down.
3rd and a lone yard coming up. Off the play fake, he's going to throw. That one falls to the turf, couldn't hang on, it's incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And now they're left with 4th and short.
Can't cover it much better than that. Really well covered, Kate, on that play. There just simply was not a window for him to sneak that throw in.
Here comes the Titans punting unit. Brings it in at the 12. And something on the return, but not much, as it still ends inside the 20. Nice kick there. It's a punt of 53 yards. And the Colts have a long football field ahead of them on this drive. Taylor gets it to begin the drive. And he runs into a wall there. Multiple defenders ready to stop him cold at the line. Call it no gain on that run, and they face 2nd and 10.
These linebackers of today, they are so quick. They're so twitchy. You don't get a body on them in a hurry, they're going to stick you right at the line of scrimmage.
2nd and 10 now. It's a completion to Michael Pittman Jr. And he's going to be out of bounds just before reaching the 30.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
3rd down, 1 yard to go. They're going to try to pick it up with an option left. He loses the football. It's picked up by the Titans. they stop him before he gets much on the return. Wow, oh wow. He sent his offense out twice now, and both times they fumbled it away. I'm not sure who's more aggravated, the dudes down there or the dude next to me up here.
Well, I'm aggravated, but I know the guy on the field wants to put the offense in the doghouse, like all of them right now. This can't happen in the NFL, Kate. And a lot of guys out there, they got to be looking to one another. Hold each other accountable to hold on to the ball.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Running right, here's Pollard. And they'll stop him after a minimal gain, down to about the 36. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7.
Hey, we know running the ball in the NFL is hard, and that play pretty indicative of it. Here's the key, though. At the end of the game, those type of plays got to be in the minority, and the majority have got to do some damage.
Here's 2nd and 7. Okonkwo brings it in. And that will not be enough for a first down.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
1 yard, all that's needed. This is 3rd and inches. They give to Pollard from the gun. And his short gain gets them a new set of downs.
That is your old school meat and potatoes call right there. Don't even think about throwing it. Just rush it ahead and get what you need.
Up to the line, and they're set. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. His first target doesn't lead to his first catch. So that brings up 2nd down.
Well covered on that play. Really not a large window for him to sneak that throw in.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They'll throw it. Has him on the quick hitter. And he's going to be taken down near the 8-yard line. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him in a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. From the gun, they go with Pollard. And he's caught behind the line for a loss.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Needing 10 yards now as they line up. It's 2nd and goal. Putting the tight end in motion. Now on 2nd and 10. Has it down close. And this one's stopped at the 3-yard line.
It's not just imperative that a quarterback knows man or zone. Same thing for a receiver, especially on a drag route. When he sees zone coverage like that, just settle down, find the soft spot, and give your quarterback a chance.
They've held him out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. Back to throw now. Gets it towards the end zone, but it's incomplete. That throw doesn't lead to 6. So now they're left with 4th and goal.
Oh, that is such a bummer. A dropped touchdown right in the end zone. We're going to see how quickly he can flush this one. He better, because they got to make it impact later.
They'll go, it's Pollard. And the defense is all over this one for a big loss. And he will not get there. They stop him on 4th and goal. What a stand to force that turnover on downs.
And what a battle of wills we just got to see. Fighting in the trenches on a 4th down run. Trying to play conservative, keep it on the ground to power it across, but there was no overcoming a front just as equally motivated to get off the field.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. Hauled in by Downs. Pickup of a few as he heads out of bounds.
Well, that's a modest little drag route, but if you ever just need a safe, short gain on a throw, that's a go-to route to target.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Wow, wide open here, complete. And he's touched down after a nice pickup there to get the first. One quarter down in this all AFC South contest. Hopefully no shortage of excitement coming up in the second. More from Nissan Stadium coming up after the break. Ready now for our second quarter. The Colts have the football. They've got a first to begin the frame. And the defender redirects that deep shot. Nicely done, incomplete.
With all due respect to some of the great linebackers back in the day, to play the position today, man, you've got to be versatile. You can't just be a come up and stuff the run. You got to play coverage. And these defenses more and more rely on you to break up throws just like that.
2nd and 10. Again, it's Richardson. Gets this one to Pierce. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down.
You know, Kate, over the years, I've heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6. They'll throw again. Richardson. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And not much doing. He stopped quickly.
I call this quarterback's best friend. Some call it a safety valve, some call it automatic, but it's sure nice as a quarterback when you got a trusty running back over the middle of the field that you can depend on.
The Colts are ready for the punt. Mason Kinsey to return this for the Titans. The fair catch taken in at the 28-yard line. We don't get a return out of that punt. And the Titans will get set to take over. So the Tennessee offense headed out for another series. By this point, partner, they are through that opening script, through trying to establish their offense, and yet still no points. Thinking it might be time to start switching things up a little bit, tear up the old game plan and start fresh.
Well, I promise you that's what's buzzing on the headsets and over on the sidelines and in the huddle. Got to find a way to just get into some sort of rhythm. That's what you call efficiency. Exactly what you're looking for on first down. Textbook. It sets up second and very manageable, and then creates that space if you want to take a shot downfield.
From the 38. That's going to be caught, Tony Pollard. And he's going to be brought down at the 42. That goes as a 4-yard pickup, and it gets him a first down.
At that down and distance, this group was pretty confident a screen would get him enough yards for the first, and it did. And so long as it keeps working like that, I bet you it'll be a go-to play for them when they need it the next time.
1st and 10, it's Pollard. Breaks the tackle, green grass ahead. They'll get 18 yards there. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
First and 10 from the 41. Looking for a throw here. He'll get this to Jefferson. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I love throwing on first down. And when you see a first down pass just like that, it's taking advantage of a matchup you plan for, and you go out and execute.
Still on the move, coming to the line for 1st and 10. Up the middle, here goes Pollard. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, He's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
All right, here we go. Second down. Again, a run with Pollard. And they make the tackle at the 28-yard line. Moving in the right direction that time, but only 2 yards picked up, so it's 3rd and 9.
Okay, that's a run that's ho-hum on the stat sheet, but if you see a bigger play on the ground later on, it'll largely be because of a play just like that one, softening up the front and opening the door for a bigger gap in the future.
Tight end motioning right. 3rd and long for him here. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Well, no luck on his first look of the game. And that brings up 4th and long. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. You'd expect him to make most of those attempts from this distance, but it's never a lock. So they'll happily take this and finish off the drive with points.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Return starts at the 3. And a decent return ends as they bring him down inside the 30. Now the Indianapolis offense heading out. And coming off our first points of the ball game, they're going to take over now trailing 3-zip. They're out and set. 1st and 10. Taylor now up the middle. And they've got him behind the line for a big loss.
This is one of those situations, Kate, where I watch the body language of the running back because it'd be very easy for him to raise his hands up, look to the sideline in his O-line and go, what am I supposed to do there? There was nothing, no time at all to try and escape and react. Instead, it goes backwards.
2nd and 13. Warren's got it, complete. And he'll get it up near the 38-yard line before going down.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys they can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Battle coming up on 3rd and inches. Complete beyond the marker. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. From the 44-yard line now, 1st and 10. Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Throw complete to Warren. And he's short of the 1st after a mild gain.
That is a textbook 1st down completion. Sets up 2nd and very manageable and creates space to take that shot downfield.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Option give to Taylor. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
Well, looky here. You don't even have to worry now about a 3rd down call as that run moves the sticks. Now that call you had ready, though, you can recycle it. Save it for later for that next 3rd down coming.
Let's see how they attack this 1st down, Brock, from the 43. Rolling from the pistol, Richardson. On target to Downs. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Roger McCreary brings him down that time.
Every once in a while, it's fine to be conservative on 1st down, especially when you get enough to stay on schedule and get a little something coming out of it, too.
2nd and 6 coming up here. To throw, Richardson. Pittman's got it. And he'll be brought down at about the 29. They come through with a nice gain there. Gain of 10, first down. This defensive battle has reached the 2-minute warning. The Colts pushing for points. They'll come up first and 10. Back to throw. Here's Richardson. And there's a man there. It's intercepted. L'Jarius Sneed with the INT. And just like that, a really good drive is taken away with an INT.
Sure was a lot of promise on that series, right?
Yeah.
That's a small silver lining for them at the very least, but probably won't be much comfort now. And it's going to feel even worse when this quarterback watches the tape tomorrow.
We'll get another look at this Tennessee offense. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. They'll get this drive started. First and 10. Shotgun snap, looking to throw. That's brought in by Calvin Ridley. And he'll get it up to the 27. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And the Titans will have a first down.
That is what elite offenses are all about. Why worry about 3 downs when you need only 1? Move the chains in one play and keep driving that defense backwards.
Has the connection to Ridley. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down. Following that completion, remember the O-line looks to be in some pain. They're headed out to take a look at him now. Second and 3 now. From the 34. Has his man, it's Ridley. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
Third down from the gun. Makes the grab in bounds left side. And he's down. Looks like they made the stop at the 46-yard line. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of third downs just like that.
New set of downs for him from the 46. He'll throw it yet again. Pass taken in by Lockett. We'll head out of bounds after a small gain.
Hey, Kate, you know this from covering the Seahawks, calling their preseason game. When Pete Carroll was there, if he said it once, he said it 100 times. Stay on top, stay on top, stay on top. You'll give up a short little out route like that, but just stay on top of the deep threat.
From the 44 here on second down. Completed to Pollard. It's a pickup of 14 yards as the chains reset.
This running back is a mismatch maker. That's how I label him on my little sheet right here. Right under his bio, this guy just creates matchup nightmares for every defender on the field.
First and 10 now from the 30. Still sticking with the passing game. Completed over the middle. Good little rip there. Looks like about 6. Zaire Franklin there to make the tackle. After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. From the 24. That throw finds Okonkwo. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
That's just great instincts. Go air it out on second down rather than just play conservative and run it. They hit a weak point in the coverage and don't need to worry about third down at all.
They have themselves another first and 10. Now, just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense, and they can try for some points going into the break. Only time left for one more snap, Brock, so they're going to run out their field goal unit. He connected once, and a good chance here. This is inside of 35. Up and good from Joseph. And special teams convert to get them a little something out of that possession.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Looking to throw. It's caught, Warren. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. It's halftime here in Nashville. The Titans giving the fans something to cheer about. They're in front at the break. Now it's down to Florida, where Jonathan Coachman is standing by in Orlando for the EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Kate, thanks very much. And with that, we welcome you all into our EA Sports studios. This is the Halftime Report. Both these teams making their way out of the tunnel, and we're ready for the second half. And for the call, we send it back to Kate Scott and the other blonde bomber, Brock Ewert.
As always, a hat tip to Coach for his hard work during the break, as we're happy to welcome y'all back for the start of our third quarter. The Colts ready to kick this one away, and away we go once more. Has this at the 6. Finds some space, he's past the 30. The Titans are being led back out there on offense by their quarterback. Good starting field position for the Titans. They've got it, 1st and 10. And the receiver's going to take this one on the jet sweep. And they're going to get him down just shy of midfield. Still a nice gain, though, up to the 49. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, that doesn't net a first down. You get yards like that in the run game, you will take it in the NFL.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Right back to Pollard. And they had that one contained right at the line. Making the stop that time, Nick Cross. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
The chances of stalling this drive defensively seem bleak, but how about now? Look at those odds changing, Kate. Still not great, but you could feel a little momentum on their side. Maybe they can muster it up and get back-to-back stops.
And they'll get him down after he gets into the 48. It's a 4-yard gain, and that's going to get him across the marker and earn the first.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
1st and 10. Ball set up at the 48. Trying to throw here out of the gun. Throwing deep for the end zone. And disaster averted. He knocks away the deep ball. Incomplete. Took his shot at 6 that time. And now they face 2nd down.
Well, I'll tell you what, Kate, that's a really nice play in coverage. That linebacker looking like a cornerback on that play. Perhaps those cover guys could take some notes on how to stay in position and, most importantly, swat that pass away.
He gives to Pollard on the option. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field. Give him 3 that time. That's going to bring up 3rd and 7.
You know, they got some positive yards. That's a good thing. But too many plays like that, it just is too hard to pile together, get first downs against the better defenses in this league.
They'll throw on 3rd and long. Pass caught by Ridley. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They get 22 on that one. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
The drive picks up here, 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. Has him on the quick hitter. And they bring him down at the 18-yard line.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes 2nd and 3rd down a whole lot easier to manage.
2nd and 6 coming up here. They'll try and throw it here. He'll get this to Jefferson. And this play reaches the 12-yard line before the stop is made. 6 yards on the play and enough for a first.
I'm sure coach and play caller doesn't mind making the job a little bit easier. You know, play calling's a lot simpler and easier when you count on the offense to move the chains on those early downs.
Throwing it again here. He's got it! And that play is brought to a halt, they're going to say, at the 5-yard line.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route, that comes with time and experience.
The give on 2nd to Pollard. Dives for the end zone, and he makes it. Touchdown! The Titans grow the lead coming out of halftime. Tony Pollard with the touchdown. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Titans keeping their offense on the field. Love it. They're trying for 2. He's throwing for it. It's caught. And he's into the end zone for 2. That sets him up with a 14-point lead. Well, not the way they drew it up, partner, but when it works, who cares? They didn't defend the check down throw, and it's open for 2.
I can still remember one of my first red zone days way back when. Touchdown to check down, touchdown to check down. Now, I know it's not a touchdown, but this check down, well, it was a valuable 2 points.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Starting from the 5. And pretty solid field position starting out here, Brock. He's tackled at the 29. The Colts offense set to head out. They haven't been able to get that offense going just yet, Brock. The deficit at 14. It's an option right that begins this drive. And he's brought down after a nice gain and a first down.
And just in case this offense didn't have enough to contend with, now you got to worry about a quarterback that could do what he just did, tote the ball himself for a big run.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. From the shotgun, it's Richardson. That's complete to Pittman. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. Give him 24 on that play. And it'll be first down, Colts.
Man, I love that effort, adding as much as possible to that catch while earning the first down. That's called yards after catch, and it's what coaches want from all their pass catchers on the roster.
Markers reset, ball at the 37. Off the play fake, here's Richardson. Finds a seam down the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And it's good for an Indianapolis first down.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
Throw complete to Warren. And he goes out approaching that 10-yard line.
When you see play action, do all you can to get your eyes to the tight end, because that's their bread and butter. That play action gives him time off the line, helps chip a rusher, or even helps sell that fake. And then when he releases, he gets out, he gets some leverage. He gets to that edge before the defender can cover him.
They'll throw again, Richardson. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
Bend. Bend. Even good defenses, great defenses in this league, Kate, they're going to bend at times, but you never want to break. And when you get a sack in the red zone, well, that goes a long ways to helping your efforts.
Third and 10. Can this offense get it done? Working from the gun, it's Richardson. Complete beyond the marker. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6. It's a real solid pickup, 12 yards, and it rewards him with a 1st and goal.
You're not going to last long in the National Football League if you don't convert a good chunk of your 3rd downs. Nice find there to continue the series.
4 downs now to get in. Here's 1st and goal. Shotgun snap now to Richardson. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Good pressure from the defense there has them trending in the wrong direction.
And look at that. All that effort and success from the previous play, it is gone. Credit to this defense who snapped and cleared. That's part of this game. You got to snap and clear. Give up a big play, come back and make a big one for yourself. And they do, getting home with that sack.
Headed in the wrong direction, Brock, as they take 2nd and goal now from the 13. Another try following the sack. Escapes the pocket. Decent yardage picked up here before he slides down to avoid the tackle.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play, and denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
Buckle up. It's 3rd and goal. Now Richardson to throw. And he has the catch, gets both feet in, that's a touchdown! The Colts start the 2nd half with some needed points. It's a Jonathan Taylor touchdown. They were throwing for it there, and they didn't care who knew about it, Brock. And it turns out, hey, nothing was going to stop them either.
Yeah, there's something about an empty formation. You are declaring to a defense, other than QB draw, this ball is going to be in the air. But at the same time, you also force the defense's hand. There's only so many coverages they can play, and they just exposed them.
Now they'll try to knock the extra point through. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Julius Chestnut to return. Oh, he shows a burst on this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Titans and Tony Pollard headed back out there offensively. And after the impressive drive we just witnessed, you gotta imagine that they are hoping to respond with something similar.
Yeah, and I don't love to use the word can't, right? But this can't be a 3 and out for this offense right here. They got to give their defense a chance to catch their breath and turn some of the momentum in the building. I think we're starting to get a feel, aren't we, of why they like him so much in coverage. He reacts well to throws, is super adept at breaking up passes through contact, or like that one before they could ever reach the target.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's 2nd down. Throwing from the gun. And that's Jefferson. He's got it. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48. It's a pickup of 11. And the Titans will have a first down.
Sure seems like he knew exactly what he wanted, and he got it, going right where he wanted to with the ball off the snap.
First and 10, ball set up at the 48. Dropping back to throw. Cut by Lockett. And he drives this across midfield and down into enemy territory. So we hit the end of the third quarter. The Titans have it with the lead. Just got to hang on for a little bit longer. Second and 3 now. He'll throw it yet again. Hits his tight end on the corner route. To the house for a Tennessee touchdown. The Titans go up by 2 scores as they try to put this one away. You love seeing a tight end get the chance to show off those wheels, right? And in the best of cases, he can rumble the whole way home.
Kate, think of getting somebody with that type of mass rolling at full speed. Who's really going to want to stand in the way, wants to stop him anyhow? The answer? Nobody.
Joey Sly on for the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Titans double their lead to 14. All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. This return starts at the 5. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Indianapolis offense ready to take another swing at it. And after watching their passing attack take them the length of the field last drive, Brock, I expect we're probably going to see a heavy dose of the aerial attack again here. A quick slant into the hands of Downs. And he's going to be brought down at the 42.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Options are open here. It's 2nd and inches. A give left side to Taylor. Past midfield to the 45. And he gets this all the way to the 31-yard line. It's a gain of 27 yards to move the chains.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No third down required now.
They've got first down from the 31. Play action with Richardson. Flushed out of the pocket. Oh, he was on the move, but so was the defense, and they take him down. And the big play drives them backwards. 2nd down coming up.
And right there's the danger, Kate, when you put the ball in the air. How many times do we see these coordinators, when you get a nice run, right, you gain some steam on the ground, you stick with the ground game. They don't, they call the pass, and the defense reacts, and reacts well with a sack.
Offense to the line for 2nd down. Trying again, following the sack. No one open, so he chucks this to another county.
Everybody wants to play quarterback until a play like that. Almost no resistance off the ball, and the defense ready to maul you. It was all he could do to get rid of it before he gets just clocked.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. Back now, pressure on its way. That's caught for the first. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They rip off a big chunk of field, and it sets them up with 1st and goal.
I think my favorite part was the magic he worked after the catch. The way he took the completion and made so much more out of it by adding all the extra yardage.
So after that big play, Brock, they need just that final yard here on 1st and goal. Option play now. He's headed right. And the middle holds. They don't get anything on the run. Nothing on that play, and now we have 2nd and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on 1st down more.
And they get to him as he was trying to make something happen. And they're headed in reverse after that sack.
Kate, this isn't even about bending and not breaking. This is about breaking the will of your opponent. Getting in the red zone, stuffing the run, sacking the quarterback, totally changing the energy and the momentum of this drive.
So now, here's 3rd and goal. Here's Richardson. Flush down out to his left. And they take this in for the score. The Colts now within 1 score in the 4th. It's an Anthony Richardson touchdown. Wow, great work there by the quarterback. The play broke down, didn't really have much of a choice other than to escape and improvise. And in the end, Brock, the best call he could have made.
Yeah, and you can do it in different ways in today's NFL, right? The Tom Brady's just recently retired. He did it with his brain. He did it with his mind, but you've got to be able to improvise, as you said. You got to be able to create when a play breaks down. And when you can put 6 on the board, man, does that infuse your offensive group with confidence.
That one splits the uprights. And the Colts chop the lead in half. It's down to 7. And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Here's Chestnut on the return. The Titans headed back out on offense. Their quarterback returning to the field now. And on that last drive, Brock, he crossed a notable threshold in passing yards for the season. Always nice when you can reach one of those plateaus to look back on after the year's over. 1st and 10, looking to throw. That one's incomplete over the middle. Looking for Tyler Lockett on that play. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, that is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
Handoff running right, Pollard. And their struggles on the ground continue as he's tackled after a small gain. Only a yard from that time, so now 3rd and 9.
You know, not a ton of yards, but still showing that commitment to the ground game. A type of run that keeps the defense from loading up in coverage and focusing entirely on that passing game.
They're going to throw it on 3rd and long. They left him wide open. It's complete. And he goes out. Just needed one more step to reach midfield. That play goes for 19 and a new set of downs.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Completed to Lockett. And he gets it through the midfield stripe and onto the Colts side of the field. Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 47. Has him on the quick hitter. And he takes it just inside the 40, down to the 39. Give him 8 yards on the play. And that'll be a Tennessee first down.
Move the chains. Got to move them chains. Build momentum and keep that defense on its heels.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Now it's Pollard. And hopefully a bit of a wake-up for their ground game. It's a solid pickup there on the play. First down play nets them 5. It's going to be 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you have...
Halfway to the marker, it's 2nd and 5. From the 34. Short pass brought in. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
A new set of downs forthcoming. It's 1st and 10. Here's Pollard. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs. That's the 2-minute warning here in Nashville. Titans leading by 7. A new set of downs awaits them. Here's 1st and 10. Going with Pollard on the ground. And not much for him there. He's down to the 15-yard line. So quickly the defense burns a timeout here. 1:57 remaining in the game. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. One of the tight ends motioning left. Oh, look at this. He's setting up to throw. And the cover just too good there. Didn't find a throw that he was confident in, so just throws it away. 3rd down coming up.
There was almost no resistance offered against a rush that came off the line ready to maul anything in sight. It was all the QB could do to get rid of that before he gets absolutely clobbered.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got 3rd down. On the give, this is Pollard. And he got it real close, but stopped just about a yard or so shy of that first down. Timeout Indianapolis, that's its 2nd. As they'll get together and discuss with 4th down coming up. This a very important field goal for Joey Sly. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Up and good from Joseph. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
The best kickers I've been around here over the last few decades, they relish these moments. They know the hard work all their buddies on offense and defense have done. And when they can make it a 2-score game and be clutch when it matters, these are the moments they live for.
All set for the kickoff. Sly with the honors. Here's a return from the 7. And he's going to make this to the 28 before going down. Here comes the Colts offense now for another possession. And this game might be going better if he could have some more time just to work back there. This pass rush has been all over them. Really keeps taking this offense out of any grooves that they've managed to get into.
Okay, I like to say in life there's energy givers and there's energy vampires.
Yeah.
And for this defense, these sacks right here, they're such energy givers. And man, it's like a vampire sucking the juice out of an offense.
Yeah, I love that. And that was probably their last gasp. It's intercepted. And the Titans have it a little ways into enemy territory. They're at the 40.
Well, that's now his 2nd time that he's put his defense in a tough spot. That's a hard thing about playing quarterback, Kate. You know, with these interceptions and now the 2nd on the day, you're asking your defense again to step up to another series, another possession, another challenge. This quarterback's got to start protecting the football.
So now here comes the Titans on offense. And as that defense comes off the field clean, making this stop, Brock, they've got to feel that they're just moments away from this victory.
Yeah, the odds would tell you that. Certainly a 2-possession lead this late ought to do it, but crazy things happen in this league every week. So don't go taking that jersey off until your offense hopefully runs out the clock.
And he'll be brought down at about the 29. The Colts take a timeout. That's their last one. And they are quite frustrated having to call that after giving up the first. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on first down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
Second down, probably going to see him kneel it again here. On the carry, this is Pollard. And he'll get it down to the 24-yard line. Give him 6 yards on the run, so it's going to be 3rd and 5.
Kate, I know you can see that smile on my face as we stand next to each other. Sure, I love that run, but I'm thinking about some great running backs. In fact, Corey Dillon, who created a lot of negative grades on my play sheet because I didn't want to carry out no fake. I wanted to watch the damage he could do like we just saw. Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So here in Nashville, the Titans come away with the win. And partner, I know you took down plenty of division rivals in your NFL days. Heck, your conference opponents back in Washington in your college days always makes the win a little bit sweeter when it comes against a rival, doesn't it?
Yeah, there's just a little bit more emotion. There just is.
Yeah.
I mean, you try to keep every game level, and no opponent's bigger than the other, but familiarity does breed a little more contempt, and we could feel it today, and that's why that W is a little bit sweeter.
God, I can't believe